What's going on, Jerome? It's Beautiful Friday, and it's time for a raw, real rant, no face. That's right. So, 13 days until the NFL draft. Take a look at the 2013 Vikings draft haul. And 2013 was a super interesting season. Well, super interesting draft and super interesting season because it was a 5-10-1. Leslie Frazier. It was real. It was fun. Someone's got to pay for 5-10-1. Leslie Frazier was a great man, but it was time to go. And then brought in Zimmer, and then we had some great years of that defense, and it is what it is. But this 2013 draft class was a Spielman masterpiece, right? So everything that you know and love about Rick Spielman, Trader Rick, the art of the deal, as well as the love for seventh round picks, like everything was good to go, right? And starting off, it was unfortunate because Sharrif Floyd, Sharrif Floyd, if he didn't have that surgery complication, he was a dude, man. And I remember that 2013 draft coverage. I mean, Sharrif Floyd was projected as a top 10 pick throughout. Now, Sharrif had lightning quick first step. He had short arms, but, I mean, that caused him to drop to 23? That's ridiculous. So the Vikings got huge value there, and Sharrif, 9.5 sacks over 4 seasons. And then, unfortunately, had that surgery complications, and Sharrif was that dude. Sharrif played that 3-tech next to Linval phenomenally and was good to go. And 2013, remember, this was the Spielman at the Combine. We have no intention of trading Percy Harvin at this time. As I get all choked up. And then, of course, the Vikings traded Percy to Seattle for a first, a seventh, and then a 2014 third-round pick. I think that third rounder turned into Jerick McKinnon. And the first rounder turned into Xavier Rhodes, the pride of Florida State, coming in. Press man, wide receiver 1, belt buckle to belt buckle, cornerback 1. That's what Xavier Rhodes was, man. The only downside about Xavier Rhodes was the injuries. Right, the injuries and inconsistency, and it stunk. But he eventually rose up, 3-time Pro Bowler. 2017, he was first-team All-Pro. He was 4th in Defensive Player of the Year voting, and rightfully so. Like, for a stretch, when he was healthy, Xavier Rhodes was a top 3 corner in the league. And that's not even being hyperbolic, man. Right, but Xavier, so that one worked out, and Xavier was with the Vikings for 7 seasons, played well throughout most of it, was a Pro Bowler in his final year in 2019, then bounced to Indy, Dallas, Buffalo, all that stuff, out of football after the 2022 season. And then Cordero's my favorite pick of this class, man. Cordero just had a joy for the game, a love for the game, and honestly, he should be considered for the Hall of Fame. 4-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro, won a Super Bowl, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. The 2018 New England Patriots. Also, he was second-team All-Pro twice as well. Right, so 6 seasons he was on the first or second-team All-Pro list, and for my money, he is the best kick returner of all time. Taking how many returns did he take to the house? If only there was some way to find this in front of me. Oh, we have pass. All right, so on Cordero's PFR page, we have defense and fumbles, passing, advanced passing before we get to kick and punt return. Thanks. That's awesome. So he's got 9 kick returns, which is a all-time record as of right now. And he can still build on that if he picks up a team in 2025. But Cordero just played with a love and abandonment and just joy. The word gets tossed around a lot. Specifically by the Vikings defense, it's been adopted. Flores talks about joy all the time. Cordero played with joy. But the problem was, all right, so it was actually a good fitting when Cordero was a rookie in 2013 and Bill 3x5 Musgrave was his OC because he actually got touches. He actually had 12 carries as just in the backfield where they basically just put him in the I formation, tossed the ball, said go. 12 carries, 158 yards, 3 touchdowns, 45 catches, 469, damn she fine, and 4 touchdowns receiving. That was basically the high watermark of his NFL career until he had 5 touchdowns with the Falcons 2021. Isn't that ridiculous? The most receiving touchdowns Cordero had in his Vikings career, his 4-year Vikings career, was his rookie year with Bill Musgrave. The other 3 seasons in Minnesota where Norv was his OC, he only had 3 total receiving touchdowns. It's ridiculous. Inexcusable. And I know everyone says, well, Cordero didn't learn how to run a full route tree. I do not care. Focus on what your players can do versus what they can't do. And too many coaches focus on the latter. How does this player fit into my scheme? Build your scheme around Cordero. You have a unique, dynamic, electric offensive weapon. Just get him the ball. At a certain point, like your game plan should be 5 times a game, let's just randomly give him the ball. Because you know what that stresses? Defensive coordinators' sleep plans. Cordero's great, man. Cordero's ridiculously good. And you know what's crazy? It took for him to get to the Falcons with Arthur Smith to basically maximize on what he should have been offensively. And he was 30 by then. Because 2021, he had 153 rushing carries, rushing attempts. 2022, 144. That's what he's supposed to be. 2021, at age 30, he had 153 carries and 69 nice targets. That's what he should have been this whole time, man. That's what's frustrating about it. And then to the 4th round. So the Vikings traded their 2nd, 3rd, and I think some other change. I think it was a 4-2. Yeah. But they traded up for Cordero Patterson. And then into day 3, Gerald Hodges coming out of Penn State. So again, there was a stretch where Spielman was constantly drafting teammates, whether it's Barr and Kendricks, Harrison Smith and Robert Blanton, Kyle Rudolph in there too. And he did it again this year with Mike Motti and Gerald Hodges, prior to Penn State. Linebacker U, right? And Hodges played with the Vikings for about 2.5 years. I always liked Gerald Hodges. And in 2014, he got some run with the Zimmer regime. 66 tackles, had a half a sack, went out Lance Armstrong, had to pick, ran back for 27 yards, 14 games, 7 starts. And I don't know, it just felt like whenever Hodges was on the field, good things tended to happen, But then, he bounced around the league and was just sort of, whatever. And they got Jeff Locke. Jeff Locke was a decent punter for a while. He spent 4 years with the Vikings. Eventually given away to, was it Kluwe? Probably. But Jeff Locke, the pride of UCLA, I remember nothing about him other than that he was okay. Yeah. Jeff Baca, guard from UCLA. Again, another set of teammates, looking good. But Jeff, I mean, Baca, he played 4 games, had 0 starts. I actually don't even think he had any offensive snaps, but there you go. And then 7th round. So you got Mike Motti. Motti was good for a while because Motti fell in the draft because he had a significant knee injury. Spent 2 years with the Vikings, special teams dynamo. Spent 3 more years with the Saints, and then was out of football. But Motti was a tough-ass player. Both Motti and Hodges were good to go, man. I like both of them. Then you got Travis Bond, guard from North Carolina, come on and raise up. Didn't even spend any time with the Vikings. I think it was in camp. They got cut, went to the Rams. There you go. And then Everett Dawkins, a defensive tackle from the Florida State University, sort of same thing. But this draft was always going to be remembered about what woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? What if Xavier Rhodes had stayed healthy? What if Sharrif Floyd didn't have that surgery snafu? What if Cordero Patterson was actually used properly? Because you had 3 first-round picks. That's unheard of. That's exceedingly rare in the National Football League. Yeah, 3 first-round picks, and, I mean, they were good. They contributed, but I just wanted more, man. We did. Anyways, that's it. Raw Real Rant, 13 days till the draft. Take a look at the 2013 NFL Draft for the Vikings. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull Production Value.